Hello students, Jai Hind, Vande Matram. Welcome back to the class of Ravi sir, the easiest and finest way to learn the concepts of mathematics from standard 9 to 12th. Students, in our today video lesson of standard 11th mathematics chapter 5, we are going to learn about complex number. Students, in this video lesson we will see the basic concept of complex number and quadratic equation. Students, before starting today video lesson, if you are new to this channel, just subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Students, first of all we will see the basic concepts. A number consisting of real number and imaginary number is called a complex number. Means complex number is consist of which two numbers? Real numbers and imaginary numbers. The coordinate plane that represent the complex number is called the complex plane or Argand plane. Right students? The coordinate plane that represents the complex numbers is called the complex plane or Argand plane. It is similar to the Cartesian plane, right? A complex number can be defined as a number in the form of the number which can be written in the form of a plus ib. I is what? Imaginary part, where a and b are real number, is called complex number, right student? Here the symbol I is called iota. What is iota? We have I square is equal to -1. That means I is equal to square root of -1. The square root of -1 is what? Plus minus I is the solution of the equation x square plus 1 is equal to 0. The integral power of I, if the I having power 4q, the value will be what? 1, where q belongs to natural number. If the power of I 4q plus 1 means odd, the value will be I. If the power will be 4q plus 2, the power will be -1, and the power 4q plus 3, the power will be minus I, and I is minus q, the power will be I is to the power 1 is to the power I is to the power 4. Real and imaginary parts of complex number. Let z is equal to a plus ib a complex number, and a and b are called real and imaginary respectively. Means a is known as real part of complex number and ib is known as imaginary part of complex number. The real part denoted by rez means real part of z complex number is equal to a, and imaginary part denoted by iz, I of z means imaginary part of complex number is this is b. Purely real number. Let z is equal to a plus ib a complex number, then z is said to be purely real number if b is 0. Means if the imaginary part will be 0, then the complex will be purely real number. Purely imaginary number, if the real part of complex number is 0, means a is 0, then the number is said to be purely imaginary number. Equality of two complex number z1 a1 plus ib1 and z2 a2 plus ib2 are said to be equal if and only if imaginary parts are equal and complex parts are equal. Conjugates of complex number. Let z is equal to a plus ib a complex number, then a minus ib is called conjugate of z, which is written as z bar. Modulus of complex number. Let z is equal to a plus ib complex number, then the modulus of z defined as square root of a square plus b square, and which is written as modulus z is equal to square root of a square plus b square. Right students? These are the basic concepts of real and imaginary part of complex number. The next topic is algebra of complex numbers. Addition of two complex number. Let z1 is equal to a1 plus ib1 and z2 is equal to a2 plus ib2 be two complex numbers, then the sum z1 plus z2 is defined as a complex number a1 plus a2 plus I b1 plus b2. For example, suppose one of the complex number is z1 is equal to 6 plus 2y and other is z2 3 minus I. So z1 plus z2 can be written as 6 plus 3, means addition of real part plus addition of imaginary part. So we are getting 9 plus I. Properties of addition of complex number. It satisfies the closure property. Sum of two complex numbers is a complex number, right? Sum of two complex number is complex number if you are adding z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1. Commutative property. Sum of two complex number does not change on changing their order, right? Means z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1. Associative property. Sum of three complex number is associative, means z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to z1 plus z2 plus z3. Existence of identity, additive identity, means there exists a zero complex number such that z plus 0 is equal to 0. Existence of additive inverse. For every complex number z, there exists a complex number minus z such that z plus minus z is equal to 0. Subtraction of two complex number. Let z1 is equal to a1 plus ib1, z2 is equal to a2 plus ib2 be two complex numbers, then the difference is z1 minus z2 is defined as complex number a1 minus a2 plus I in the bracket b1 minus b2. For example, suppose one of the complex number 9 plus 5 and second complex number 4 minus 2i. So difference of these two complex number z1 minus z2 is equal to 9 minus 4 plus 5 plus 2i. So we are getting 5 plus 7i, right student? Multiplication of complex number. Let z1 is equal to a1 plus ib1 and z2 is equal to a2 plus ib2 be two complex numbers, then the product z1 z2 is defined as a1 into a2 minus b1 into b2 plus imaginary part I a1 b2 plus a2 b1. For example, one complex number is 5 plus 3i, second complex number is 2 minus 5i. So product of means multiplication of these complex number z1 plus z1 into z2. So 5 into 2 minus 3 into minus 5 plus 5 into in the bracket minus 5 plus 2 into 3. So by simplifying these things we are getting 25 minus 19i. Now properties of multiplication of complex number. Closure property. Property of two complex number is complex number, right? Means product of two complex number is always complex number. It means it satisfies the closure property. Commutative property. Product of two complex number does not change on changing their order. Means if you are multiplying z1 by z2 is equal to z2 by z1. Associative property. Product of three complex number is associative. If you are multiplying z1 z2 then multiplying with z3 is this will be equal to z1 into z2 into z3. Existence of multiplicative identity, means there exists a complex number 1 such that z into 1 is always z. Existence of multiplicative inverse. For every complex number z, there exists a complex number 1 upon z such that z into 1 upon z is always 1. Distributive property. For any three complex number we have z1 in the bracket z2 plus z3 is equal to z1 into z2 plus z1 plus into z3, right? Division of two complex number. Given any two numbers complex number z1 and z2 where z2 does not is equal to 0, then the quotient z1 by z2 is defined as z1 by z2 is equal to z1 into 1 upon z2. For example, consider z1 is a complex number 6 plus 3i and z2 is another complex number this is equal to 1 upon 3 minus iota. I means iota. So z1 upon z2 is equal to 6 into 3i into 1 upon 3 minus I is equal to 6 plus 3i. So by multiplying the conjugates of 3 minus I, so what we are getting, 3 plus I, and in the denominator there will be identity of a square minus b square, means 3 square minus I square. So after simplifying we are getting 6 plus 3i, 3 plus I, and here is 10, because 3 square is 9 and I square is what, minus 1. So 9 plus 1, 10. So we are getting 1 upon 10 in the bracket 15 plus 15i. Now the next topic is properties of modulus of complex number. First property, modulus of complex number is equal to z. It implies that, means real part of z will be 0 and imaginary part of z will be 0. Second property, z is equal to, modulus of z is equal to, modulus of z bar is equal to modulus of minus z. Third property, z1, modulus of z1 into z2 is equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. Property, fourth properties, modulus of z1 upon z2 is equal to modulus of z1 and modulus of z2, where z2 does not is equal to 0. Fifth property, z into z bar is equal to z modulus of z square. Sixth number property, modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z is equal to z1 plus z2. Here is been correction, so in place of plus you can write equal to. 7 number property, modulus of z1 z2 whole square plus z1 minus z2 whole square is equal to twice of modulus of z1 square plus z2 square. Property number 8, modulus of z1 minus z2 is greater than equal to modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2. Properties of conjugates of complex numbers. First property, conjugates of z1 plus z2 is equal to conjugate of z1 plus conjugate of z2. Conjugates of z1 minus z2 is equal to conjugates of z1 minus conjugate of z2. Conjugate of z1 into z2 is equal to conjugate of z1 into z2. Modulus of conjugates of z1 upon z2 is equal to conjugates of z1 upon z2. Next topic is polar form of complex number. Let x is equal to iy represent a complex number, then z is equal to r in the bracket cos theta plus I sin theta is a polar form of complex number z. Equation corresponding terms we get r cos theta is equal to x and r sin theta is equal to y. Now squaring these terms and adding together, we are getting r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is equal to x square y square. So taking r square is common, so we are getting cos square plus sin cos square theta plus sin square theta, it is 1. So finally we are getting r square is equal to x square plus y square. Now taking the square root, so what we are getting, modulus of r is equal to square root of x square plus I square, which is known as modulus of complex number. So modulus of complex number z is equal to square root of square of real part plus square of imaginary part. So from 1 we got what? By taking the ratio of this identity, we are getting tan theta is equal to y upon x. So theta is equal to what? Tan inverse y upon x, where theta is called argument of complex number which has many different values, but the values of principal argument lies between minus pi to pi. So theta minus pi less than theta less than or equal to pi. Z is equal to x plus iy. If x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0, the argument of z is acute angle given by tan alpha is equal to y by x. Right student? So this lies in first quadrant. From the figure you can see that. The next is z is equal to x plus iy. If x less than 0 and y is greater than 0, then the argument z is pi minus alpha, where alpha is acute angle given by tan alpha is equal to modulus of y upon x, because x less than 0 and y greater than 0, it lies in second quadrant. Z is equal to x plus iy, x less than 0, y less than 0, so the argument is alpha minus pi, where alpha is acute angle given by tan alpha is equal to y upon x, so it lies in third quadrant. So in third quadrant you can see that if z is equal to x plus iy, x is greater than 0 but y is less than 0, the argument of z is minus alpha, where alpha is acute angle given by tan alpha is equal to y upon modulus of y upon x. So this principal value lies in fourth quadrant. If z1 is equal to r1 cos theta 1 plus i1 sin theta 1 and z2 is equal to r2 cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2, then z1 into z2 is equal to r1 into r2 cos theta 1 plus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 plus theta 2. So similarly for z1 upon z2 is equal to r1 upon r2 cos theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 minus theta 2. Right students, in this way we can find the product of two complex number and ratio of two complex number in Argand plane. Properties of arguments of complex number. So if z1 and z2 are two complex numbers, so argument of z1 into z2 is equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Second, argument of z1 upon z2 is equal to argument of z1 minus eigenvalue of z2. Argument of z1 upon z bar is equal to twice of argument of z. Fourth, argument of z is to the power n is equal to n argument of z. If argument of z2 upon z2 is equal to theta, then the argument of z1 upon z2 is equal to minus theta. Argument of z bar is equal to minus argument of z. If eigenvalue of z is equal to 0, it implies that z is real number. Argument of z1 into z2 bar is equal to argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Similarly, modulus of z1 plus z2 is equal to z1 minus z2. It implies that argument of z1 minus argument of z2 is equal to pi by 2. Modulus of z1 plus z2 is equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 is equal to argument of z1 is equal to argument of z2. 11 number, modulus of square of z1 plus z2 is equal to square of modulus of z1 plus square of modulus of z2 is equal to z1 upon z2 is purely imaginary number. We have few facts we should know that imaginary numbers, a number whose square root is negative, is known as imaginary number. So the square root of minus 1 is denoted by the Greek letter I, means iota. The power of I is to the power 0 is what? 1. I square is minus 1. I cube minus I is to the power 4 is 1. Right student? Okay students, let us see about
and few
important
results
complex number
for any two real numbers.
An equation of the
a
form
and b,
ax square
square root
plus
of
bx
a
plus
into
c,
square root of b is equal
where
to
a
square
does
root
not
of
is equal
ab
to 0 is called
is
a
a true
quadratic
only
equation in
when
variable x,
at least one
where
of a and b is either
c are 0
numbers,
or
means
positive.
real numbers or complex numbers.
In fact, square root
The
of
root
minus a
of
into
the
square root of
quadratic
minus b
equation
is
ax square
equal
plus
to
bx
plus c is equal to 0, where a should not is equal to 0 are alpha is equal to minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and second root beta is equal to minus b square root of minus b minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now if we look at these roots of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, a does not is equal to 0, we observe the roots depend upon the value of quantity. Quantity means d. This means, student, this is discriminant. Its value is b square minus 4ac. This quantity is known as discriminant of quadratic equation and denoted by capital D. In first case, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, in this case the root are real and equal. Second case, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and perfect square, then the root of the equation is rational and unequal. Third case, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and not a perfect square, the roots are irrational and unequal. Case 4, if b square minus 4ac less than 0, then the roots are complex conjugate of each other. For the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, a, b, c belongs to real number, a does not is equal to 0. If b square minus 4ac less than 0, then it will complex roots given by x is equal to minus b plus minus iota square root of 4ac minus b square divided by 2a. Square root of a plus ib is called square root of z plus aib. It means square root of a plus ib is equal to x plus iy. Squaring on the both side, we will get what? A plus ib is equal to x square minus y square plus 2i x into y. Okay students, all these are the basic concepts of complex number and quadratic equations. Just you will have to go through it. Then in our coming video lesson, we will solve the problems related to complex number. I hope students you have understood this video lesson. For more video lessons, keep watching your channel Ravi Sir Ji Maths. Thank you once again students for watching this video till the end.